My name is Meridith Gibbens, and I have a condition called congenital colobomas, which is just a fancy way of saying that my eyes didn't develop all the way. When I was young, I actually had vision in both eyes, and I had a detached retina when I was 2, and through the process of them trying to fix that, I lost all of my vision in my left eye, so I have absolutely no vision in one eye, and I have a small little area of peripheral vision that I see out of in my right eye. And my vision level is about 2800, which 20/20 is normal, 2200 is legally blind, and I'm 2800, and the numbers don't get better as you go up. What that basically means for me is that I can't drive. I can't read normal size print. It's very difficult for me to see faces of people. I recognize people about 95% by their voice or a general shape or something like that, because unless they're like a foot away, I don't see any details. I went to blind school for the first 2 years when I was like kindergarten or first grade, and they said, well, she can never go to normal public school. And my mom took me out and put me in and I went to school, regular school my whole, growing up years, and I graduated top of my class. And then they said, well, she'll never make it through college. She can't do college, she can't read books, she can't. And I went to college, and I graduated top of my class, and then I went to graduate school, and I got a master's degree, graduated summa cum laude with 4.0, and I'm a teacher, and I do all these things that people say, you can't do that. And I say, I can do what God wants me to do. I can do the things that He's kind of gifted me and given me a desire and ability to do. There's several gifts and desires that God's given me throughout my life. Teaching is definitely one of them. I've been teaching at JUCO for 12 years. I teach communication classes, and I teach in the evenings because that's when my husband comes home and he can give me a ride there and pick me up. Everything just takes a lot longer. So grading a paper, when you have a screen magnifier and you're trying to read a very small part of a screen at one time, it takes you a really long time. So students have to learn, they have to tell me who they are. Their raising hands is kind of out, so we have to do things very verbally. Music is a really big part of how I feel that God speaks to me and encourages me. I think that's the main thing, is that some of the most emotional or difficult times in my life, God will give me a song, and the many a song I've written through tears, just because it's personally just speaks to me. Singing on the worship team, I can't read the words in the front, so I have to memorize all the lyrics to the songs. I have to be concerned about walking around on stage and not running over Clay or Deanna or anybody else, and getting on and off in the dark, which is a big challenge, or up and down the stairs. But I'm hoping that the students in my class, the kids, my own kids, and any other kids I come into contact with, or other people who are facing challenges, will look at my situation. Not that my situation or my challenges are any bigger than anybody else's. They're just more visible. You can see them. They're right there in front. So maybe they'll look at me and say, well, she's blind and she's a teacher, or she's blind and she sings on the worship team, or she's blind and she homeschools her kids. And if she can do that, if she can do those things, then I can do those things. I can do whatever things that God's called me to do. And it has provided me opportunities in the past when I'll have, let's say, students come up and say, wow, how do you teach being blind? To let them know that, hey, I have an incredible strength that comes from my faith and comes from God. And it gives me the opportunity to share and encourage other people in their challenges that are just as real as mine are. When you believe that God has given you a desire, given you a gift, then I think He gives you the strength to do it.